Alright guys, man, so this is basically going to be somewhat of a slider test and a live breakdown. I'm not sure how long I will be on the stream. I'm currently sitting in my living room. My 18-month-old son has passed out on the floor. My wife is out doing some grocery shopping, getting her nails done, and she'll be home soon. And I'm sitting as well as a live breakdown. The sliders is always a thing that, everyone is trying to master and all of that. And to me, it's all about, getting the best gameplay that you feel like you're getting based on the tools that the game has to offer. And I've been getting some of the best gameplay, in my opinion, in this game, using some of these sliders. It started with the base of Smitty sliders. So I'm going to show you what I have here. For myself, I'll leave it at 0 catching. They're catching the ball just fine. Not so much for the CPU. So I'm going to turn the CPU catching back up to 50. Alright. Now pass blocking, and this is just a test. I have it on 100, and I'm seeing, a nice pocket, and I'm also seeing the ability to get pressure. What it is doing is it's reducing the amount of sacks. You're not getting 1,000 sacks, which is a good thing. Run blocking is also another area that I'm testing out. At 0 it feels good for the user. I can still run the ball. I can get to 100 yards if possible. But for the CPU, it seems like they're having more of a difficult time running the ball. So this may be something I will change. I may turn that back up to 50 for the CPU. And matter of fact, let's do that now just to see. And everything else, as you can see, pass defense at 100, pass coverage at 100, interceptions at 70, tackling at 1, pass accuracy 15, fumbles at 8. We like to turn that down because you get more opportunity for more fumbles. So alright, so let's go ahead and jump into one of these games here, man. It's an offline CFM, and as you can see here, we've done pretty good this season. We're actually 12-1. Well, 12-0-1. I've had very close games. Even though I've won them all, they've been close. I've been having to really fight to win some of these games. Alright, so let's see where's going to be the focus. We'll just do this for now, just so we can jump into the game. And Stephon Tuitt has definitely improved as far as his overall. We'll see how this goes. And also, I'll be doing a live breakdown, man. So when I see things that I like, I'll point that out. See things that I don't like, we'll point that out as well. But shout outs to my boy DJ81, man. He just made a very nice tweet, in my opinion, on Twitter, of course. I'm going to read to you what he said. He said, "Here's my opinion of Madden. If you focus on the negative, the game is garbage. If you focus on the positive, the game is okay. Your focus basically is your reality." That's what he's saying. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And I told him, good point, and then he replied back, he's just tired of the bickering over opinions, and basically it's shared opinion versus shared opinion. And I absolutely agree with that. It's like, that's why, I try to stay away from it all, even though, I'm well aware of the fact that I'm, a known guy in the community, so, my name will always be drawn into stuff. But this is the reason why I really don't get into that, because at the end of the day, it's all opinion. I've said it numerous times, and I'll continue to say it. I can play Madden 15 and get enjoyment out of the game, and while playing it, recognize things that needs to be improved, recognize the negatives, and things of that nature. I can do that without a problem. You know, that I actually can enjoy the game for what it is, and at the same time provide the valuable feedback for the things that I want to see in the game. And that's it. That's just it. You know, if you don't agree with that, or if you don't choose to play it, hey, that ain't gonna bother me, no. So that's why I don't really understand, you know, why it's so much bickering or what have you back and forth. But you know, it is what it is. You know, everybody's gonna do what they want to do. That's just how that goes.
So we'll see if that changes here today.
All right, so we'll go ahead and come out and run the ball a little bit. So
first down here.
You know, I like to run like toss plays and stuff like that, man, just to see how the run blocking is doing.
Bell takes his spot in the backfield, tosses the football, and they are in on
all right,
Bell.
a pretty good defense by the Falcons. And as you can see, man, even though the blocking slider is down to 0, they're still blocking. You know, David Castro got out there, he got somebody, but the Falcons had, you know, too many men out there. They had more defenders than we had blockers, so that's going to be your outcome.
Here on defense. He's got the catch. Moore's tackled down at the 38.
And also, I have fatigue on 90. That's just what I choose to do. You know, again, that's my opinion. I like to see the guys come in and out, rotate in and out, you know, accordingly when they get tired. So you're going to see a lot of guys in the red and a lot of guys getting subbed in and out. That's, you know, the way I like it. You know, to me, that kind of replicates what you see in the real NFL. You know, a guy get a long run, he should come out of the game. You know, that's how it works. Receiver, you throw a receiver on a, you know, a long streak or what have you, he should take himself out. You know, not all receivers do that, and you see that as well. You don't see everybody checking out as fast, but you're definitely going to see it. You're going to see my linemen getting tired and everything.
Play clock's running down. Bell's going to secure the handoff. Drag to the ground.
Now, the only thing that I don't necessarily like about turning it up like that is sometimes on defense, you know, guys are getting subbed out, you know, too much. You know, I would like to see a variable where a guy will still play through being tired. You know, maybe that could be another rating. That could be like a will rating or something. Like, you know, has strong will. He's going to stay in the game even if he's tired. Something like that.
Takes a look down from under center. He'll get it again. And now they'll be on the other side of the 50 after this play.
Good job by the offensive line there on 3rd and short. Even though the defense knew it was probably going to be a run, still able to get in there and barely get that first down.
Offense lines up here. First down at the 49. On the money.
Oh boy. Tried to get cute right there, but that took too long. Backstepping like that. Or step back.
Turned into good yardage just because look at the defense. Nobody hustles.
Yeah, that took too long. Plus, Corey Bierman was chasing me.
Play number 6 coming up on this drive. After the long game, let's see what they do here. They need to get the play off. Bell's taking the handoff for about 4.
And as you probably could tell, man, you know, with it being on you know, the tackle slider at 1, you know, the game definitely looks a bit more physical.
Now, the next snap from inside the red zone, where a week ago they starred as a team. The Falcons defense brings in an extra member of the secondary. They'll go nickel. 2nd down and 6. Blunt searching for space to the right. That's a gain of 6.
I see it finally have one lone viewer. Guess there's not too many people, you know, up and at him or what have you, or
This will be the
worrying about
play
Twitch
of this drive.
on an early, the Saturday morning. So I appreciate the one viewer there. But just to bring you up to speed, I'm just testing out slider set that I have, as well as just doing a live breakdown. Breaking down stuff that looks stupid in the game or what have you. I don't want to say stupid, but stuff that we don't like, as well as pointing out things that may have been done fairly well.
Screen brings it in. And there's only 2 yards to be found right there.
Good job
You
that
definitely
time by the
see,
quarterback. Man-to-man coverage down the
the
field.
benefit of having, and I would say benefit because I like the challenge, but the benefit of turning the pass reaction and the coverage and all that up to 100. I feel like they should cover, and it's the NFL. I mean, you're going to get beat, but for the most part, guys are going to cover the way they're supposed to.
Roethlisberger into coverage that time and incomplete.
I think I tapped the button right there by mistake. I meant to throw a bullet there, so as you can see, he clearly overthrew the ball, so we're going to have to settle for a field goal.
Field goal try on the way.
And let me cut that arc off. I can't stand that.
And he puts it through for 3.
Well, Jim, that field goal puts them in the lead. It was a nice.
Let me cut that off. I can't say I don't stand it. I can't say I can't stand it, but it's, I just like to make it more challenging for myself. And as far as the defensive graphics, I usually keep that on normal, because I actually do, to some degree, I like the X and the square that pops up when you're pass rushing. It kind of remind you, this guy's attribute as far as, what they would prefer as far as the move. You might want to try a finesse move with this guy versus, a power move for the other guy. But sometimes, you don't always remember that. So I don't have a huge problem with that because it's very small. But I cut everything else off as far as putting it on normal on All Pro or All Madden. Of course, you don't get the tackle cone, so I don't prefer to see that tackle cone.
First down here.
Definitely not my cup of tea.
Handoff. He's taken down at the 23. Here's our look at the Falcons
and like I showed earlier, man, for those who may have missed it, the biggest things that have changed, we have the pass coverage and pass reaction time and all that to 100 for both me and the CPU. Oh, interception. The tackle slider is down to 1 for both. Pass accuracy is down to 15 for both. Fumbles is down to 8 for both. What else is different? Running on my end is down. Run blocking is down to 0. I bumped it back up to 50 for the CPU because it seems like they were having a little trouble running the ball, but I'll continue testing that. Weird looking animation there. Oh, well, he kind of gets caught into the physics, so I ain't too mad at that. Let's see how Palomalu played this. Oh, if I can get the camera work right. Watching the quarterback, watching the receiver, jumps the route. There you go. Can't really complain with that too much. See, I think, me personally, man, I think what it is with Madden, I can speak from a personal experience as well as what it seems to be from a lot of community members. I think it comes down to replication, how things are replicated, because I've said this several times, and I know there's some people who disagree, but Madden has football fundamentals in a lot of areas. It might not be in every area, as you guys should well know that by now. I continue to point out things that are not there. But there's definitely fundamentals within the game. It's just the problem area is where how it's replicated at times, and that's where, you know, a lot of times people go awry. You know, like we kind of be like, well, what's going on? Myself included. Like, what is this? You know, a lot of times it comes down to the way it's replicated. You know, the fundamental might be there, but the replication side of it is not. You know, it may replicate funny, so in reality, you might think that it's broken or, you know, it's ugly or what have you, but that's going to happen when the replication is not, you know, as crisp as it could be.
First down here after the run. That defensive front looks impenetrable here on the goal line. Picked up a couple that time.
And shout outs to, man, you know, Clint Oldenburg, man. That's one of my guys, of course, on the dev team. You know,
they better be creative. That's all I know.
I really like Clint, man. Clint is very, very vocal. You know, he's also the type of guy that doesn't mind mixing it up with the community. You know, he's very outgoing and he's very honest. And shout outs to Clint, because Clint, you know, actually reminded me, you know, we need to also point out positives in the game. You know, of course, we all know the negatives, so do they. But there's not enough, and I don't want to say enough, you don't want to put a number on it, but it seems like that a lot of times, you know, guys forget to even show positive things in the game. And the reason why that's important to a developer is because they need to know what they're doing right and what we like. Because if they're trying to produce the game that we're asking for, so keep in mind, you know, this is a key point. Casuals don't really give feedback. You understand that? Casuals don't really give any feedback in terms of what's wrong with the game. It's the hardcore gamer and the sim gamer. So if they've said to us that they want to provide the game that we're looking for, then it needs to be positive things that we actually like in the game, so they know they're going in the right direction. And I know, you know, the counter to that, people will say, well, they should know. Make football, they should know that. But I understand that. But let's just not forget, you know, with any game, not just Madden, any game. You know, think about all of the gameplay I used to put up for 2K8, and I always show, like, this is great. Look how they did this, how they did that. You know, it's good to also point out the good things in the game, just so, well, in 2K's, in their regard, then they didn't come back with any additional games, so it didn't matter. But for any company who is producing a game on a yearly basis or what have you, then definitely we should be letting them know what we like in the game and what we don't like. And that helps overall across the board to produce a better game.
And it's thrown incomplete.
All right, let's take a look at that play, man. That looked like some interesting things happened there. Now again, man, you're seeing the benefit here of, and I'll keep this on so you can see who I'm controlling Stephon to it. So you can see the benefits of having the pass blocking up to 100. You know, to me, it's not ridiculous. You still can get pressure. But in this case, you know, I'm only sending 4 guys. They have 5 that's blocking, as well as the fullback. So I can't get in. But look at this interaction here. I like this little interaction here with number 72. And let me see who that is for me. It might be Jason Worrells, who is now a retired player. So you can see there, like that interaction there, man. I can't really complain about that. Nice. He passes them off. The only feedback I would give, and you know, Clint knows this, and you know, he's well aware, but I would just like to see the offensive lineman continue. You know, I know you're beat, but continue to run with him or run after him. You know, and in my dream world, at some point, I like to see him grab a hand out, and reach out, and maybe get called for holding or what have you in that case. But the interaction is good. I like how he pushed them outside. Now let's take a look at the defense and see why it is that Matt Ryan didn't have anywhere to go. So we'll take a look at Cortez Allen. He's not really effective in the play. Nothing comes his way. And I don't believe anything came over here either. They didn't have a whole lot of receivers going out. And Troy's over here, Ike's over here. There's no receiver. So then you have Roddy White there. Linebacker doesn't really do much. Let's see what Shazier is doing. Shazier plays the inside. Jumps the one guy here. Bumps him a little bit. Then you have Jarvis Jones way out here playing his zone. And it kind of eliminates this throw. But as you can see, Roddy White. Matt Ryan came back to Roddy, but Roddy was pretty much covered. So I don't know. You know, I'm assuming he was trying to hit him. I'm not going to go as far as saying he threw it out of bounds on purpose. I would love for that to happen in the game. I would love the QB AI to get to that point. But, you know, I'll just be safe and say it was just a bad throw due to the 15% QB accuracy or what have you. And, you know, of course, I want to see these guys, you know, not be flat-footed going forward. You know, that's something that I've said 1,000 times. But for the most part, you know, that looks like NFL play. That looks like something that you would see happen possibly in the NFL. And this is what I'm saying. It might not replicate the way that we prefer, but if you really just take a look at the game for what it is, you know, there are football principles there. Got me a sack there. Let's go back and take a look at that play.
Well, the defense has got to be excited. Anytime on third down they make the play, they get pretty fired up. But
once again, this is what pass blocking on 100. So obviously I was controlling Stephon to it, as you can see there. So let's see what Steph is doing. What am I doing as Stephon? Let's look at it from his perspective. What's up, man? What's the deal, man? Yeah, I was just in here, man. You know, I'm gonna put this up on YouTube also, so everybody can get the commentary. But just trying out some sliders, man, and just doing live breakdown here. So basically, what I'm showing here, of course, is I'm controlling stuff onto it. Let me bring you up to speed a little bit, problem. I got the passing coverage is at 100 for both. Pass blocking is at 100. Pass reaction time 100. Now I have pass blocking at 100 now. I had that turned down to 0, but you know, I'm getting fairly decent results, as well as you're not getting a ton of sacks. But as you can see with the line, you're still getting, you know, pressure can definitely be obtained. You know what I'm saying? I'm able to get through here, beat the double team, and get the user sack. But let's go take a look at the defense and see why that was possible real quick. I have run blocking down to 0 for me, and I bumped it back up to 50 for the CPU, because it seems like they were unable to run as well as they should. So William Gay plays his zone pretty well. He breaks free right there. So if Matt Ryan had any time, that could have been a completion. Cortez Allen's doing a pretty good job. Looked like he would have gave himself whiplash right there. Mike Mitchell in the middle of the field, he's doing a pretty decent job scanning the field. That's what you're supposed to do as a safety. And of course, you know, you got the flat-footed defenders over there, which, you know, I've said 1,000 times. Got to get rid of that, man. I mean, I understand that nothing is going on in that zone area, but we have to get it to a point where at least cosmetically it looks like they're doing something. Like right here. Now, this is something that I would always point out to the developers, and have been. In real football, man, I mean, listen, I played football. I played strong safety. I played running back. Occasionally, I played linebacker. So I know coverage patterns. Now, in this scenario, I know if I was playing linebacker, you're taught, if nobody is in your area, run with whoever crosses your face. So in this scenario, he shouldn't be standing there. You know, I want to see the game get to a point where, you know, the player sense, which is something that they're building on, Lawrence Timmons needs to realize there's no threat over here. William Gay already has this guy. There's definitely not a threat in the middle of the field. So what are you doing? You just going to let him run? And just think about it. If Matt Ryan is free, if I'm not getting that pressure, this is a completion all day. And once he catches the ball, well, William Gay is over there, so but it's possible in a real football setting, quarterback drop it in there, he turn up, he gets the first down, and maybe William Gay makes the tackle. So little stuff like that, we have to get that improved. My son has woken up. What you doing, man?
An emotional defense right now.
What you doing? Y'all probably gonna hear him in a minute. That's why I was saying I probably won't be on that long today, because I'm basically tending to him, but he fell asleep, so I wanted to jump on real quick and do this. Playing here on my game case, where it comes in handy sometimes.
What he can do here. Good piece of tackling.
What's up? You good? You want some juice or something? I know you just had some before you went to sleep.
The Steelers come out for the next possession.
It's funny, yo. He's 18 months and he already kind of know football. Like, he see it, whether it's on TV or on Madden. So don't be surprised if you hear him say football in a minute. Oh, the blocking. The blocking right there. And this is with the blocking on zero.
What they do quite well, and that's run the football. Bells, Hubbard.
Let's take a look at that real quick, see exactly what happened. Alright, so this is a zone run. Everybody gets blocked. See, Matt Spaeth pushes his guy out of the way, and that almost creates somewhat of a bunch up right there with Spaeth and Heath Miller. I don't know what Pouncey is doing right there, number 53. Oh, okay, I see. He's chipping the double team, and then he picks up the next guy. That's good. Yeah, of course, there's a little animation shift there, but it's a video game. We know that. Let's see. Then you got Antonio Brown. Let's go take a look at him, because he came all the way across field. Y'all heard my ebonics about the kick in? I was about to say he came all the way across field. And for those of you that don't know ebonics, what I was supposed to say there is all the way across the field. And I was very close to saying all the way across field. And a lot of you guys still would have understood that. So let's see. He's coming to get the block. Doesn't quite get there, which is cool. Now, this is just a little bit of feedback here. I want to see more of a realistic reaction. I would love to see the game get to, and he's trying to right there, so he looks like he's about to reach out. But now that didn't happen, I want to see a better reaction right here from Antonio Brown. I know he's going into the next block, which is cool, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. I would love to see him react a little differently to this situation, because think about it. In reality, what's happening here is your running back is about to be tackled. So it's all good, though.
Near the top of the league in rushing yards this season, and he's getting it done again today.
I'll tell you why he's getting it done again today, because up front he's got a bunch of road graders.
Run a bubble screen, see what happens, see how they play it.
And they are running the ball once again very well.
Here they come back to the line after picking up over 20 yards on that
played that pretty well. I shouldn't even have thrown it after I saw how they held their own. They held their ground right there. They stayed home, so pretty good defense.
That's second down coming up.
Like I was saying, problem, and I can see that nobody really is available or interested on a Saturday morning. I see there's only 2 of you guys here in the stream. It's all good though. That's why I'm gonna go ahead and put it up on YouTube. So a lot of time, most of these, the live streams that I try to do, especially if I'm doing like a live breakdown, it ends up on YouTube anyway. I don't have a huge audience on Twitch. A lot of people keep telling me I need to start doing it more.
Here's the handoff to LeGarrette Blount.
Another thing, problem to mention to you is the tackling I got on I got at 1 for both CPU and user. Fatigue for me, I got it on 90. I just like the rotation that it gives you is more realistic that way. Trying to think of what else is something key for you to know. Catching for the user, I have on 0. Nice run right there. I have it on 0, and my guys are still catching the ball. Bumped it back up to 50 for the CPU because they was dropping way too many passes. But what I was basically saying, all in all, man, is with this game, I mean, how many times do we have to say it ain't all the way there? But I could get enjoyment out of the game for what it offers, as well as continue to provide feedback to try to make it better. And then that's just basically my position on it. Let's see what's going on here. My wife has gotten home now. So you're probably gonna hear my son probably gonna go crazy as soon as she come upstairs. So as you can see, man, good blocking going on here, and it definitely jumbles up their ability to stop the run. Le'Veon is able to bounce off of that tackle, and that's what you get. Pretty good. Yeah, I'm gonna be done in 3 minutes. I'm only gonna play the rest of the half.
The Steelers getting set now for the point after. Driving extra point is good. Falcons will now be in an even deeper hole.
Yeah, that animation is pretty good, man. It's just that. Only thing is, you know what I'm gonna say. It's like I need to see it a little more separated, if that makes sense. Like it shouldn't look the exact same way for everybody when they do that. And those are just little things like that, man. It's along with a host of other things, but it's the little minor stuff like that that I've always said that they can do to the game, any football game that takes it to the next level, because it's all about how it's replicated. What you got there? You got a little piece of candy? Oh yeah, I like that.
The Falcons bring
I don't know why he's being so quiet.
For their next drive.
I already prepped everybody here in the stream that
Ryan takes it from the gun. The defense gets the sack.
See, there you go again, right there.
That time the quarterback didn't hold the football.
Look at that one more time.
They just collapsed.
And see, and I think it's a myth that some guys, and believe me, I'm not a slaughter guy, but being able to talk to the the developers, and that's one of the benefits being behind the curtain, man. I've spoken to devs and engineers as well. I kind of have a better understanding of what the sliders actually represent. And see, look, this is just Stephon Tuitt beating his man, pass blocking on 100. So you're still gonna get sacks. But you try turning it down, it's really like profitability. Like is that the word? That might not even be the right word I'm trying to use, but what I'm trying to say is sliders pretty much dictate the chances. So it's like you turn pass accuracy down to 0. Chances of him hitting somebody is not that high. So it's like I turn stuff like pass blocking all the way up to 100. And you're still going to get sacks. But what it does eliminate is you eliminate that, you know, people. I'm hearing people having leagues when they got 50 and 40 sacks in a season. Like, that's just absolutely ridiculous. And that's the same reason why, for me, I have the run blocking on 0 to make it harder. But as you guys have been able to see here, I can still run the ball. As well as, you know, I'll give the CPU 50 to give them a better chance of being able to run the ball.
They'll run it here. They bring him down, and the offense fails
my
to
defense
pick up a first down on 3
ridiculous.
plays.
Defensive coordinators love this situation.
So like I said, y'all, man, you know, it's Saturday. You know, I'm always tell everybody, even on the show, it's family first. So I told you that my son, and I was right on time. I told you he would be waking up soon. My wife has returned home, so I'm about to do the Saturday thing. So we're going to finish this half, and, you know, that'll be it. You know, maybe later tonight, maybe I'll be back on or something like that, but we'll see.
Taken down at the 27.
What are you doing? You happy now? You got you a piece of candy? Oh boy, it's a trip.
The Steelers are ready to take over now, and their offense heads onto the field.
Let's try play actions to see if we can pop Brown open. I also want to see how the defense reacts to it.
The Steelers from the 27. He'll keep it on the play fake. Roethlisberger sends it to Brown. Brown taken down.
Roethlisberger's job is to sell that play fake.
Medieval times. Word. Yo, what state you live in, man? I mean, I know they all over, but I know there's one in Baltimore. You know, I live in PA, so I was just curious if that was the one you was going to. Let's take a look at this play. My son is giving me a piece of candy. Thank you. You can eat it. It's for you. Now, y'all already probably can tell what I don't like about this play. Let me see. Let me see if we can see it. And, you know, it's minor. But, you know, I'm always talking about player positioning. Oh, okay. It looked like, at first it looked like he slid. But he didn't. It looked like he kind of zipped in position, but he didn't. Okay, I'm good with that. Let's look at it in fast speed, though, because I swear in real time it looked like he slid over. Oh, okay, nah, he just pressed towards the ball. And that's what you want right there, actually. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That's what's up right there. Now let's look at the defense. Okay, you in the A. I didn't even know there was a medieval times in Atlanta, and I actually lived there for a little while. I had no idea. And let's see what's going on with this defense. The safety. Again, I've said this quite a few times. I want these players to start reacting. Like, where are you going? If you're the deep safety, there's nothing back here, right? There's nobody in your immediate area. Cortez Allen has him pretty much locked up, or, you know, he's manned up with him. You got the nickel back that's running with Antonio Brown. He's losing the battle. So this is a perfect example. I need to see the safeties recognize that. I need him to be like, oh, man, he's beat. And you know that's like, okay, I'm going to say this. We know the games ain't there yet. But this is what I want to see. Oh, you like that too? All right, I'm going to be done in just a second, okay? He shook his head, y'all. This is what I want to see in the future. I want to see these players recognize not only the situation, but recognize who that is. Like, imagine a football game that does that. So now they're like, okay, this is Antonio Brown. Big Ben through the play action as a safety. Now you like, think about it, because real safeties do that. Think about when you heard interviews from like Ed Reed and people like that. They know who they playing against. So you know that Ben, this is Ben's target. There's no other real receivers in the area. So this safety needs to jump that. Now, you could say that about this guy over here, but, you know, I'll give it to this guy. One guy has to get beat. You know, ain't everybody just going to be a genius and know what's going on. He's already beat. Because I don't care what he does in this situation. Even if he, you know, I could be a nitpicker and say, turn around. But even in this situation, then, in this situation, even if he turns around, he's beat. You're done. You're already toast. But I need the safety to be like, oh my Lord, this is Antonio Brown. Jump over there. At least run to the play before the ball is thrown. See what I'm saying? Little stuff like that, man. And yeah, just like my man just said there, adaptive AI. That's what we need. Yeah, man. I know exactly what you making that statement. I know exactly why you went to Atlanta, and that's exactly. I feel you on that, because like where we are, man, the housing is not. It ain't that expensive at all, man. You get a lot of house for your money, so that's the reason why most people move down south, or like you said, places in certain areas in like Pennsylvania, not that expensive. Yeah, Almighty, you're definitely right. Adaptive AI is exactly what needs to happen in that scenario. They need to adapt to the situation.
And now they'll try over again on second down. Nickel formation here for the defense. Roethlisberger takes the snap from the gun. Finds his mark. He's going to be
it is again.
Right around the 21-yard line.
See, I'm trying him on purpose because, you know, as much as I am playing my CFM, I'm also testing the sliders. Now, this is on 100. Pass reaction and pass coverage. Yes, I'm almost done. I got about 40 seconds, okay? When you wait that long? he shook his head again. And maybe number 20 is a bum, you know? And I don't want to call the man a bum, but, well, this wasn't too bad. This is not as bad of a scenario because there is quite a few receivers in the area. So this one, I'm not going to pick on him too bad. Let me finish the half out, and then I'll go look at his awareness rating just to see. But I'm gonna be looking closely at these things as I play through the season. Dynamic zone coverage. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. They need to break out of their coverages, man. Like, don't be so locked into your assignment.
Setting up screen. Roethlisberger sends it to Bell. Tries to ward off a defender with a stiff arm.
Bell trying to get that stiff arm.
Time by the offensive coordinator. Little screen pass.
Oh, he didn't get out of bounds.
He knew the
Clock's
defensive
still
line was
running.
going to be charging hard. They were, and it picked up some nice yards.
Defense ready in the goal line formation on this one. First and goal. Bell's got it on the handoff, and they are in on Bell.
Timeout.
The Steelers call.
Let's put it in the air.
They have 0 timeouts remaining.
All the Falcons bums. Yeah, man, that's what I said. I don't want to call him, man, a bum, man. I mean, he is in the NFL, so he can't be so much of a bum. He's a bum to our standards as far as viewers. But if he's made it to the NFL, you got to at least be halfway decent. I'm gonna just throw this fade. You know, I ain't necessarily trying to score. I know I'm probably gonna win this game, but I want to see what happens.
Second and goal from the 4. And incomplete.
Ben overthrows it.
This to the quarterback. It's third and goal. If the play's not there,
So, all right, that's gonna probably be it, man. I'm gonna kick the field goal, but before I go, let's go take a look at the this guy's rating, and then this will be it. We'll shut this down for now. Look, my son is standing here like he's waiting for me. At 18 months old, he's already that smart. Like, he's like, okay, you said 40 seconds. Who is this guy? Oh, he's a 74 overall. Wow. Let me see where his awareness rating is at. 75. See, not too bad. So, you know, I'm going to play, definitely, I'm going to try to get it to where I play Seattle or somebody like that. You know, maybe like a Earl Thomas, and see how they play it. But Just wanted to show this, man, today, man. You know, still testing and just wanted to do something early in the morning. Well, it ain't early now, but you guys get my drift before I get my day started. So there'll be more to come, man. I'm going to start doing more Twitch. And, of course, I'm always going to do the YouTube thing. So we'll be back. Appreciate you guys for tuning in.